Hi folks, it's Vanessa Zamora here. I am with Chris Brogan of New Marketing Labs, correct?
That's right.
And you are president over there.
Somebody had to be.
Oh, yes, definitely. So you're the big social media guy.
Yes, I am. I'm trying to lose weight, but it starts somewhere and you have to go, but I am big.
And you're funny.
But looks aren't everything.
So what's up with that?
All right. So my business is a pirate ship. And the reason I say that is that there's the fleet, which means there's all these big companies that have to maintain their protocol and they file their TPS reports and they have to worry through this huge, large process to get something done. And what my job is at my small company is figure out a way to cut over all of those lines and just go after the gold. And so when I go after the gold, I might be doing it on behalf of a client, and it might be something that I'm just doing to try to close my own business. And what that means to me is there's a business strategy there, because where these big companies are trying to figure out how to move in the water, in the old days what Queens would do is they'd commission privateers, and the privateer could go off and fight in a whole different way than the whole rest of a fleet would fight. And they just had to be lightly supplied, and they could be a little more velocity and move in and around stuff. So I've just applied that to how I do my business.
Excellent. Can you give us an example of one company that you've successfully done this for?
Well, I'm doing a lot of work with some companies right now, but we're really early in the process with all of them. And we only just launched a few months ago as a standalone business, but we're doing a little bit of stuff with PepsiCo, and what we're doing there is I'm helping them with media making. So, Pepsi has a big marketing department, they have a media department, they get like Britney Spears to shoot video, but instead, the question is how can you do it with a flip, and how can you make it meaningful, and how can it be not about a soda pop, but about a company that fosters, refreshment and all that. Comcast Interactive does things like Fancast, which is a site that competes with, say, Hulu. And it's a whole bunch of cool video content. There's a lot of stuff in there, and it just turned out people didn't know it was there. So what we're looking for there is how do you build a relationship with people who are interested in watching more internet video or more commercial video displayed over the internet. And so the sort of pirate ship method isn't to go through a whole bunch of studies and a whole bunch of research and let's CYA as much as we can before we launch out. We just look for small amounts of revenue, small amounts of needle moving, and say, let's do a real small project that takes 2 or 3 months, and you can decide whether or not that's what you want to do going forward. That's different than I think how a lot of people are selling their kind of marketing projects. They're selling, let's figure out a year and let's do a strategy and let's give me $6 million and I'll turn it all around. I take a 0 off everything or 2 zeros off everything like that and say, let's just do a few months and call it a day.
Do you think traditional marketing's dead?
No. I think that there's good marketing being done all the time. And I'm really, what I'm looking at what David Ogilvy was doing in 1963. I think that there's some real cool stuff back in, the beginnings of Ogilvy and Mather that was, has been lost somewhere. And the other thing is that we lost the idea that we should be talking personally to people. And so now it's not that traditional marketing's dead. It's that they're just still used to using only one piece of the channel, which is the mass market. I'm going after the custom and the small and the niche because it just seems like I can make a meaningful relationship with someone and then bring business through it.
So are there mistakes to be made in social media? And what are those? If you can maybe point out one for us, 1 or 2.
Hell yeah. Well, I don't like the Skittles campaign. Everyone else is talking about how great it was. I just griped about it. I think Skittles, just for the detail, I don't know your audience too well. So Skittles said, or somebody convinced Skittles to turn their website, Skittles.com, into let's point to XYZ social site and see what people are saying about us over there. And what I think didn't work well there was that there was really no unified story. There was really no value to seeing what other people were talking about. It was just kind of a stunt activity to me. And did it increase sales? My guess is going to be no. My guess is going to be at the end of the day, whoever spent all that money will go and measure the impact of Skittles sales, and they're not going to see it. Indirect or not, you're not going to see an 18% jump in Skittles purchases. Have you bought any since they did that?
I didn't even know about it, to be honest.
There you go.
Yeah.
And really, if you go to the vending machine, is a website going to influence what you're going to buy? You're a little hungry, time's gone by. You're at the airport, you get a last-minute flight. What makes you make a decision? Your belly. You don't go look on the web for information.
Excellent. All right. Well, thank you so much for your time.
And
for letting me wear your pirate hat to steer this ship to the end of the day. I appreciate it. Thanks so much.
Appreciate it.
All right. Oh, we were going to do the arr.
Arr.